The Tradeskill Depot was an added feature with the Night of Shadows expansion in 2022. Depending on which version of the expansion you purchased, your Tradeskill Depot started with a minimum of 250 slots with the Standard Edition, 370 slots with the Collector's Edition, to as many as 490 slots with the Premium Edition. The Friends and Family version of the expansion awarded 6 more tradable 20-slot Tradeskill Depot items, which you could use in trade with other players, or use for yourself. Use them for yourself and you could start with as many as 610 Tradeskill Depot slots. After that, you can purchase Tradeskill Depot slots from the marketplace 10 to 20 slots at a time, for 250 and 500 DBC each, respectively. If you want or need more Tradeskill Depot slots, you can purchase up to as many as 5,000 slots. When you buy Tradeskill Depot slots from the marketplace, you do not get an actual item. Instead, the slots are added directly to your Tradeskill Depot. These slot purchases are account-wide purchases. This means that if you buy extra slots on one server, those extra slots also show up on any other server you may play on. However, to be clear, Tradeskill items you put in the Tradeskill Depot are not shared across servers. They are only shared on the same server they originate from. The Tradeskill Depot does have limitations. You can only put your everyday standard Tradeskill tagged items in the Tradeskill Depot, to include Tradeskill tools. Tradeskill items that do not stack, are containers, or are marked as no trade, temporary or similar, are not allowed. You can only deposit, or withdraw, Tradeskill items into or out of the Tradeskill Depot when interacting with a banker NPC. If a banker NPC is not accessible, don't forget about your Summon Clockwork Banker AA. When adding Tradeskill items to the Tradeskill Depot, simply pick them up with your cursor, then click inside the Tradeskill Depot window to deposit them. They will then be added to any existing stack, if one, of the same item in your Tradeskill Depot. The Tradeskill Depot only allows one stack of the same item. However, it ignores conventional stacking rules. Items can stack to 99,999 items in the Tradeskill Depot. Instead of scrolling to find an item in your Tradeskill Depot, you can use the search box, at the top of the Tradeskill window. If you want to withdraw items, when utilizing a banker NPC, click on and highlight the item you wish to withdraw, then click the withdraw button in the bottom left of the window. This will pop up a box to enter how many you wish to withdraw. You can only withdraw up to one standard stack at a time. Thus, outside of the Tradeskill Depot, if the item only stacks to 20 or even 1000, then you can only withdraw up to that amount with each withdrawal. Select the amount of items you wish to withdraw, then click the Accept button and the items will automatically drop into your inventory. To learn new recipes, you have to do combines in experiment mode. This means that you will need to do the combine old school style. That is, you need to have the recipe components in your inventory and individually place each of them into the Tradeskill device. The Tradeskill Depot is shared by every character you have on the same account and on the same server. What this means is that every character on that same account, on the same server, has access to all of the Tradeskill items you have placed in the Tradeskill Depot, on that server, no matter which character placed said items in the Tradeskill Depot. Once you have learned a recipe, it will be stored and searchable in the related Tradeskill devices. This applies to all Tradeskill combined devices, portable or non-portable. This means that with learned, or known recipes, you no longer need to carry the components around in your inventory. While you cannot withdraw items from your Tradeskill Depot unless you interact with a banker, you can still utilize items directly from your Tradeskill Depot to do combines. To do this, simply search up the recipe, or item, that you want to make. Then click on it to highlight it. The needed components will then populate in the device. Items that are in your inventory will show up with a green background, and items you don't have in your inventory will show up with a red background. The Tradeskill Depot button in your Tradeskill window will open your Tradeskill Depot. But this is only useful to see what you have in the Tradeskill Depot, since you cannot withdraw or deposit anything unless you interact with a banker NPC. Just below that button is a Personal Depot checkbox. Check this box and you will be able to use components for known recipes, directly from your Tradeskill Depot. The Tradeskill Depot is one of the best features ever added to EverQuest. The amount of inventory space that you can free up, for every character on your account on the same server, is significant. All those stacks of 1, 5, 20, 100, or even 1000 Tradeskill items can now be dropped into one combined huge stack in the Tradeskill Depot. Not to mention freeing up space in your shared bank. Inventory space may not be an issue for you in the foreseeable future. The need for Tradeskill mule characters, or storage houses, for storing away Tradeskill items, has essentially been eliminated. Your mule characters are now more viable as a character to actually play, while your storage houses can now be better utilized for actual placeable items and non-Tradeskill items. The need to log back and forth between characters, or pop around house to house to find and pull out needed components, is now a thing of the past. The need to run back and forth to vendor NPCs for needed components can also be potentially eliminated by buying stacks of those components and then dropping them into your Tradeskill Depot. Tradable and heirloom Tradeskill tools that do not go into your Tradeskill Depot, can now be more easily placed in your shared bank, so that any character on your account can have easy access to them when needed, rather than having a collection of tools on each character.